Welcome back to Beyond the Rabbit Hole. Tonight, we travel back almost 2,000 years to a time when early mystics and heretics dared to rewrite the story of humanity's origin and then buried it deep beneath the sands of Egypt. In 1945, a sealed jar was discovered near Nag Hammadi, filled with texts that had been hidden for over 1,500 years. Among them was one of the most explosive spiritual documents ever uncovered, the Secret Book of John, also known as the Apocryphon of John. A text so dangerous, it was erased from Christian history. Why? Because it didn't just challenge the Bible. It called it a cover-up. In this Gnostic vision, the universe begins not with the God of Genesis, but with something higher. The monad, the true unknowable infinite source. Pure consciousness, the all. But from this monad emanated layers of divine beings, like waves rippling out from a center beyond comprehension. One of these emanations was Sophia, the embodiment of divine wisdom. But in a cosmic act of rebellion, Sophia created without her counterpart. From that imbalance came a flawed, chaotic being, Yaldabaoth. You might know him by another name, the god of the Old Testament. Yaldabaoth was arrogant, blind, and ignorant of the greater spiritual reality. He believed he was the only god, and with the help of his archons, other malevolent rulers, he created the material world, a counterfeit reality designed to trap divine light within flesh and matter. Think less divine plan, more cosmic lockdown, a prison disguised as paradise. In humanity, we were not born of sin, we were born of rebellion. Sophia, seeing what her creation had done, implanted within humanity a divine spark, fragments of the true source. Yaldabaoth shaped the human body, but he could not animate it. The divine breath had to come from the higher realms, and when it did, he panicked. Humanity had something he and his archons could never possess, divine consciousness. And so began the great cover-up. According to the Secret Book of John, Yaldabaoth enslaved humanity through ignorance, fear, and control. He created laws, he instilled shame, he punished knowledge, and he declared himself the one true God, not to liberate souls, but to trap them. Control was not just physical, it was spiritual. Not chains, but ideas. Not walls, but belief systems. The serpent in Eden, not evil, but the bringer of knowledge. The fall of man, not a tragedy, but the beginning of awakening. The Gnostics believed salvation wasn't about worship, it was about remembering, reconnecting with the divine spark within, and escaping the illusion, the simulation of the Archon's world. Liberation didn't come from obedience. It came from gnosis, knowledge of the divine, hidden beneath the surface of reality. Other Nag Hammadi texts expand this cosmic mythology. The hypostasis of the Archons details how these rulers manipulated the material world and designed systems of control. On the Origin of the World maps the full descent of divine energy into matter and the war being fought to awaken it again. These weren't stories. They were blueprints for escaping spiritual captivity. This isn't just religious history. It is cosmic resistance. A story older than empires, buried to keep you docile, distracted, and obedient. The Gnostics weren't heretics. They were hackers of the soul. So ask yourself, what if the divine is not above you but within you? What if the real fall wasn't from grace but into a lie? What if remembering who you are is the ultimate act of rebellion? The question isn't, do you believe? The question is, have you remembered? We'll see you next time, Beyond the Rabbit Hole.